every recipe in the world, guys. Like it's difficult enough as it is to even speak, as you can hear. Portal miner, give me one of those. So now we're just gonna start making the concrete mine, which starts with a Mark II miner. Invalid placement, invalid placement, invalid placement, invalid placement, invalid placement. This is limestone. Is it too high? Maybe it's too high. Maybe I'm high. Invalid placement. Invalid placement. Invalid placement. Maybe this needs to be ripped off its head. Just yank it off with pure might. At some point my textures are gonna update, right? I'm not gonna continue to see like Play-Doh textures, right? Like it's kind of weird. Okay, I think that was it actually. Also, give me this. And why is this acting a fool right now? And then since these are old and they're working on it, I'm going to take the time to change all of these to, oh god, there's nothing left up there. Okay. Okay. Now Mark II miner. Okay, there we go. So I probably, a Mark II miner on here is going to give me 120 limestone per minute, and the constructor for it's going to give me like, I think it's like 15 per. This is going to be a huge building. Or I should at least try to make it a little bigger than how it is right now. I mean, if it's tall enough to get up there on its own, we may not even need to like transfer it over there, at least not the same way. That'll give us a little bit more space. Right, let me build a constructor real quick. Give me the good old. The producer of producers. I'm out of industrial plate. What kind of shop were you running here? Oh crap, oh, I actually don't have industrial plates on me. I didn't expect to run out of such a basic resource. I'll head back over and get it. I guess we can talk about how at the gym today I was basically put on a time limit in the middle session of it. Basically, I was stuck with pull day, and when you do pull day, it's like it's basically deadlift day. It's the day that all the bodybuilders get to like do their hoorahs and stuff like that. Well, my gym is basically full of, you know, just regular everyday people, but because everyday people are commonplace, it's full all the time. So I try to come in the mornings, but as I could tell, this morning was specifically different because it seemed like a lot of people were coming in the morning, which I don't understand. I thought people didn't like waking up on time, but you know, it's cool. It's not like I came there completely early, like too early either. Anyway. So I tried to do all my stuff, tried to do all my shit, right? I have a day job, like you said, like I said before. So like I was obviously on a time crunch to begin with, but I was thinking in my head, oh, it shouldn't take too long. But to have a proper bodybuilding session, I don't need to go up here. To have a proper bodybuilding session, you have to have like these weights and rest times in between. And basically, right? I just need to see the inside of this. I don't need to actually replan this. The wait times in between made it where I'm gonna pause my story. 45. It takes 45 per minute. 45 per minute on limestone is what, like? So now that we know, so that's 120 here. Let's head up here. And that should be like, well, first of all, you get rid of this pure node because it's in the way. So this is also normal. Okay. So I'm just gonna move this over there and then get a small little miner here. Oh, I need to build 2 more portable miners. Great. Basically, right, I had like 20 minutes left. Was it 10 minutes? It was like 10 minutes left until I was like completely out of time. Would have been late for everything I was supposed to be doing in the first place. And I in particular, I am late. You guys know I'm a late bug. I'm late all the time to a lot of things. Rant knows this specifically because I come late to all of his events. But what's it called? I was like, this is something I don't really want to be late for, but at the same time, I don't want to like abruptly end my workout because it's like the pog out day. So first thing I did, I was like, okay, I might have considered telling you that they were an hour earlier than they actually are. That's fair. That's a fair thing to do. When you have late people, that is a fair thing to be like, all right, what happens if I say this? And it should be fine. Because then you can never assume. It's like the double whammy. Like, did he tell me the truth, or is it just an hour later than what it actually is? But then if you actually come on time and you're an hour earlier, you're like, hey, where is everyone? And then and then you start wondering in your head, it's like, oh, this has been happening the whole time, huh? But yeah, generally speaking, I was trying to get basically every slot was filled for deadlift. It was the last thing on my list to do. I need to do like a deadlift of some sort. And except every slot was filled, like all the wood bases and everything like that was filled. So I was almost like, okay, what do I do? How do I get this done? Until I saw the squat, there's like the squat row bar thing. I think actually if I do something like this, it'll be fine if I do something like that. But basically, the squat bars were still like left alone. Now you're not supposed to take a squat bar that has like the like they have like so these specific squat bars I'm talking about basically have like the little like vertical supports. They like shift left and right, but like you can't pull them out or anything. It's not like free. It's like a kind of like machine thing. You like hold it between your hands, and like when you move it up or down, you're limited kind of in motion. But it was all that I had left. And so I was just like, okay, I need to get my workout done. I have to break the rules here, right? I have to break the mold here. I'm probably not the first person to do this, right? Let me just go in. Let me just try to do that, right? And when I did that, every time, I shit you not, every time I even placed it down, even at like the most gentle way, it would make the loudest noise. Now, usually whenever that happens, people will be looking over and be like, oh yeah, he must be lifting like some heavy weights. My PR, and my PR is based on like how much I can do like 5 sets of 10 wise, is like less than 100. Like less than 100 pounds. So imagine, and the thing is, I didn't get, because I wasn't at those because I wasn't at the deadlift stations, it wasn't like giving me like the it wasn't like the fake like big wheel weights on the either end that kind of make you look a little less inconspicuous. It was straight up like, oh, my inventory's full. How do I handle this? Give me a personal box. It was straight up like these small weights basically the whole time. So every time you would hear like my just like lifting it up, like grinding as much as I possibly could. And then like you just see these chibi weights and you just hear a large smack. So I look like the biggest asshole in front of like several hundred people. And the whole time I was just thinking in my head, like, it's just for like 20 minutes. Like, it's just for 20 minutes. It's for the workout, man. It'll be higher up next time. It was one of the weirder moments of me going to the gym. All right, now I can finally focus on talking about what the hell I'm doing here. So now we have our first concrete thing here. Now we have this fake concrete too. We might as well just stick it in, right? I wonder we got the fake concrete from the pier nodes. I remember now. Anyway, so we have this going up. And put a ladder here too, because I'm in the middle of building. Yes. Okay. So now that we have this going up and I fell down again, basically what I need to do is have this come up. This is also a Mark II miner that has 120. So that's 240 altogether. That's all going to go on a Mark III. So we are kosher. In fact, that makes me feel like we can probably start thinking about where the buildings actually can be placed here. It's really not that big of a deal, but let's see if our thing has enough juice to like chop this down. Come on. It does not have enough juice. I find it funny that I just made an entire like thing just for this purpose. And I forget to bring the vital resource of power with me, of biomass fuel with me. I made this entire thing just to make biofuel more available and more producible. And then I don't bring any of it with me. So now I'm just gonna have this blue hair here until I remember to bring that back. So with the accomplishment of this concrete mine too, we'll be able to actually get concrete from both ends here, which is nice. I don't think I actually need it this far. Like just enough is what I'm looking for. Okay. That's fine. So we have that there. We have this aligned here. This is coming up here. I want this to merge. So now that we have these both here, conveyor Mark IIs, landing here, seems pretty good, right? We can finally start building our concrete that's gonna end up coming over there. So this concrete, we can push 240. That's going to be needed for the constructors. That'll be taking 45. So 240 per minute, 45. 240, 45. That's not good math. How about if we do like 270, 45? 270, 45 does work. So if we overclock one of these, it should be fine. So let's overclock one machine. So let's just make it this machine. And it needs to be what? So 120 plus something will make 120 plus 120 will make 240. We just need to add 30 more, add 30 to this. 150. Seems good. 125%. Perfect. All right, now we don't have to worry about it. See? Overclocking evens out our math. So now we just need to think about how much is being made here. We don't have hands. Let's see, 270. So that's 6 constructors. I almost don't feel like we need to like worry about like too many floors or whatever, but I'm still gonna do it because it's logistically freeing to me. At some point, we're gonna have to upgrade to Mark IV. I know those use industrial beams, so hopefully with what we're doing now, industrial beams will start feeling like what steel beams feel like to us right now. So with this set, we need a second floor. Walls. Okay. Need to change this wall that's going up here to a concrete foundation. Or concrete wall. Nice. Take this. Make a second floor. I think we just need this to be... No, we need this to be as high as the miner, right? So... At least that's how I usually see it. So, like, something like... 5? Fine, 6. 6 is so high, though. First floors, am I right? First floors. So that's how this is going to be headed up, just like this. So we just need to replicate that on this row. I haven't really even thought about how power is going to get over here. I mean, we have the conveyor pole down there. It should be fine. Okay. Gonna put a ladder. Give me a ladder. Like right here. If I can learn how to ladder for like a small second. It's fine. There just wasn't enough ladder for me up there. Alright, there we go. Okay, we have our 6 outputs here. Let me actually get some more room here to work with. Perfect. Alright, so then we can actually go ahead and get our constructors just immediately there, which is all we need. Construct. Holy crap. Something like this. Is that fine? I think I left enough room for all of them. That look okay? That looks good to me. You know, in the pursuit to trying to get trains up and running, I've gotten into looking into how trains could work in society. Like I've noticed that like how like Japan always has like their whole subway system and how that's in like every anime in existence. And then there's also like you know, the constant badgering from other societies talking about like how their train systems tend to work out for like the Commonwealth and all that kind of stuff. And the more I look into it, the more I agree with it. It's actually kind of weird. I've been kind of trying to look into how like public transportation works here up in North America, and I gotta say, kind of digging trains a lot more than I used to. Like as a kid, I didn't really care about trains, like at all. Okay, what the heck? Why are we playing this game? You know you're gonna fit. Like, come on. You know everything's gonna work out. Just fit in here. Keep saying invalid location. Like, there we go. That's what happens when you don't pre-place your constructors. You end up having to fight it. Anyways. Basically, as I grew up, I was really bored of trains because the trains over here in North America, or at least in the United States, there's not, I mean, like, I can see why people can, okay, hello? That was weird for a second. I can see how people can, like, really get into it, like old-timey trains and stuff like that, but I can't. I was like, I mean, like, it's just using old technology. It's not really something that's really cool. Like, to me, I don't know if that's your thing. I don't blame you. Like, I don't blame you if that's your thing and like maybe you're looking into like newer stuff, but like as I've gone along, it's gotten more and more clear to me that like we just have really old trains, and that's the reason why I didn't really like trains. Like like the trains that we use now, and no one really uses them. No one really goes into them unless it's like an occasional like, oh, we're going on a vacation kind of thing. Not really like oh, it's a means of transportation for me to get from point A to point B. Like I know it's probably still still widely used in like commerce and stuff, right? Like we use trains to move like large amounts of materials, but what about large amounts of people too? You know, that could be really good. I would like to be on a passenger train that's like made for passengers. I think humans are the biggest subsidy that we need in our I think train should transport people because people are the most expensive thing on the market. That sounded more wrong than what it needed to be. This is the part where Twitch decides to cut the feed, and so we have all 6 coming up here. Do you think a conveyor hole would fit? Let me see. I just want to see. Because if a conveyor wall hole can fit here, oh, it fits perfectly. Oh, that is epic. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yes. Oh, anyway. I'm getting distracted by walls. But let's see. If we have all this going up and everything's there, is it just a simple matter of power and output? I guess we just need to worry about depot. So let me see where this is going to depot to. We could just have it depot all the way up. Like we could just skip the middleman. Have it come from over here, merge up, because this is what making itself into 15 each. It's concrete. 15 per. It's taking in 45. I could totally like boost production like a ton by like overclocking the hell out of the miners and the constructors, but I don't really feel like that's necessary. So let me see if I can find. I want it to be this, so let me see if I can find some more of the actual constructed stuff. Or like what we're gonna do. That's 15 times 8, basically, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 15 times 6. So that's like, I can't math that fast. I don't care what degree you have. 90? $90? All this for 90? That doesn't sound right. This takes in 45, and I'm getting 90 back. This takes in like 270, and I'm getting 90 back. No. I refuse. Let's see. If I was to boost production like a ton, like a ridiculous amount, 300. I'd end up having 300 on both. If I did something like that, 300 times 2, 600, divided by 45, that's not gonna work. Well, we could have like a point, an underclocked one too. So that's like 13. What do we do there? That's the thing. We can't even have 600. We can't even have 300 coming in. It would have to be a maximum of like 270 parts per minute. Right? Because this can only take 270 at a time. I mean, 270 is coming in? Coming out, I mean? That'd be a Mark III. And then you wouldn't merge. Then another 270 would come in and then you wouldn't merge. So then that would be like what? 270 times 2? By 40. By 40 divided by 45. That seems to come in pretty evenly. So if I legitimately just like maybe switch the side of this a little bit to be the initial part for this, then have this come up maybe right behind it or something. Like instead of it having to be so close, I can push this wall back. Right? Yeah, it wouldn't be a huge problem to push this wall back. Push this back a little bit, like 2 frames. Okay, I want to do that instead because, and the reason why I want to do that way, if I go back to 100, that's 120. Go up to 270. Okay, yeah. You don't need this. Give this back to me. 240. Okay, push it. Put it back in. How much power am I using, I wonder? 12 megawatts? That's not that bad. Anyway. It's probably fine all the way through. So 270 here. And then I'm going to change this a bit. It was a simplistic build to begin with. We knew that things were going to get more challenging. But not everything has to look completely right, especially since the miner is so big. But because it's like this, it's just going to fit right in, you know? Can put the walls in too. Getting this guy up to 270. So that's going to take like 3 of these. And then type in 270 parts per minute. Not 2070, just 270, please. There we go. And then that should be 12, right? 12 altogether. Yep, 12. Move this guy upward. Up 1. Okay. And this is the in one, which we want to change that, and we want to change this one. Keep like remaking and unmaking walls. Oh crap. Oh god. What the heck? Did I see Jesus? You guys saw like the weird green filter there too, right? Like that wasn't just a me thing. I hope it wasn't just a me thing. Like that wasn't like, I don't know, maybe it was just like the game trying to run blue and red together at the same time, and that's not how you make green. I don't know where I thought in my color studies where red and blue made green. That makes in fact purple. I just want back up. Please just let me back up. All right, there we go. I feel like I'm just getting bounced around from place to place. My conveyors, everything. They just don't want me to work. They don't want me to get this done. Okay. So we have a Mark III 270 gets split up manifold style between all of its splitters. These splitters then pull up with their Mark Is. This also does the same thing with its Mark III, has 270 pushing out. How all of this is going to be powered, that's another thing altogether. Moving up, we have a... what's it called? We have a bunch of these constructors up here that'll be supplying 90 each. I thought that I heard, and I may have been wrong, I thought I built something up here that shouldn't have been built up there, but it may not have shown itself, which is weird. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure that they're not like super extended or something. Oh. This one? No, it's fine. All right, well, in that case, since we have all of that basically complete and we have this done, we do need to cap this. But maybe I'll just do that off stream. Maybe I'll just sit down and like get a bunch of the walls up and roofed up and powered up, and then we'll focus on getting the manufacturer done next time. So yeah, that seems good. All right, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for for sticking it out with me, because yeah, that was a lot of stuff and a lot of me just saying random stuff. But anyway, if you liked what you saw today, follow or subscribe or like or whatever. Bye.